So we got Rumi, we are back out here. This time we're out in way more public than last time. Last time we were just like at an empty park with an intersection. We ran into one dog that you saw he lunged at. Here there's more people, not many dogs yet, but he has had like a week and a half more of training, so he should be doing a lot better. So first thing I wanna make sure to do is to work on his engagement. So right now, even though we're not doing anything, he's like looking at me. So right now I'm just gonna give him some food, good boy. For the people that don't know what engagement is, it's basically if your dog is responsive in that specific place. So right now, here, we've practiced here before, we've practiced in other places before, so he's used to this routine. If you need help with how to build up your dog's engagement, we have other videos on our channel with many different ways on how to help them and kind of build them up. The gist of it is paying for eye contact or them coming up to you, starting in easy places and slowly bringing them to places that are slightly more difficult each time, and your dog starts getting more used to this whole training routine with you. So right now, he looks pretty engaged. He's just sitting here. He's not pulling around. As you saw in the old video, he was pulling around everywhere, trying to sniff everything. So right now, this is a really good sign to start walking or doing some type of training with him. Good boy. Right now, I just have his kibble mixed with some pumpkin powder. It helps with some dogs if they're like slightly food motivated, not all dogs. Good boy. But it's an easy way to not overuse treats. So right now, he's pretty engaged. So we're gonna just start walking him in that direction. There is a little kid over there, so I might have to make sure that he can't jump up to the little kid. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold food in my hand and I'm gonna pay him every couple of steps just to keep him over on my right side. We're not doing any strict heeling with him. I'm literally just luring and feeding. So we're moving. Good boy. Good boy. And right now I'm really lax on this left hand, but when we get near that kid, I need to be super ready with my stance and my positioning on how to hold the leash because this guy is very strong. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so we passed that, so we're gonna be okay for now. Good boy. Good boy. And I haven't had to use the leash or anything yet. Good boy. Whereas last time, the moment we got out of the car, it was already getting crazy. So these are all great things to see from Rumi here. Good boy. And we're really just gonna walk around this whole loop doing this first. And as he progresses, we're gonna space out the rewards more, and we're also gonna start adding the stop and sit next to him. All right, so right now we're just rewarding. Good boy. Oh. So I don't want him to eat stuff off the ground, so I am gonna pull him off of that. Good boy. All right, so this is like pretty good engagement, right? I'm walking, he's just literally like waiting for, okay, so he's going ahead. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna U-turn. And because we practice this a lot with him, he understands that if we make a U-turn or if he hits the end of the leash, that he needs to change what he does. So as you saw earlier, not a lot of force. He kind of just followed the movement and the leash. He's going over there because we have done some play stuff with him on the benches. So he's like, oh, I know, I get paid there. Good job. Cool. So now we're going to keep walking with him, but I'm going to space out the rewards a little more. So let's just count in our heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good boy. 1, 2, good boy. I like to switch up the intervals on when I reward the dogs. So they're not always focused on like being paid on the same amount every single time. If you always pay your dog on the same one, they're just gonna follow that pattern, but I want the dog to pay attention no matter what the interval is. So right now I didn't even count it, but we know we're extending it a little more than the 5 count earlier. Good boy. And we added the sit there too. So all right, I'm holding the food in my hand to lure him and help him. There's gonna be a person walking by, so we'll see how he does here. He is a very excited puppy. Good boy. All right, so you saw me change my hand position because I dropped some kibble there, and I wanted to make sure that I enforce that he can't just pick stuff off the ground. You guys have seen the plaza in many videos, so now instead of just paying every like 5 to 10 steps, I'm gonna make halfway across the straightaway, pause at the middle, then at the end. So we're spacing out his rewards more and we're adding that sit. I'm still holding it in my hand just to help him a little bit. He's not at a level where I'm just gonna take the help away yet. So we're moving, keep moving. I know you guys see a lot of our videos where we don't have the lure or the food or the toy in our hand the whole time, but it takes a process to fade out the reward before you get to that level. He is a super beginner dog, so I don't expect to like do that anytime soon, and there's no rush for it. When I'm bringing a dog out in public, I don't even care that he does the walking or the sitting. I just care that he can pay attention to me while there's all this other stuff going on. So this time we're gonna walk down in the fountain over there. And him wandering off like that, if he was in a command, I would enforce it, but right now I didn't put him in any command, so that's why he technically could do whatever he wants. I'm kind of just rewarding what I like and letting him make his own decisions right now. Actually, the only thing I really want to enforce is that he can't eat stuff off the ground, because it's not safe in case a dog ends up eating something that is toxic to them. Okay, a lot of stuff going on here. Kids on scooters and a remote control car. So because there's a higher distraction here, if you don't see the scooter, you'll hear it. Since there's a higher distraction, I'm not working on the walking anymore. I'm just paying him for eye contact and engaging with me, just so it's fair. Good boy. If I haven't practiced in this situation for a dog, I'm not going to do a bunch of like obedience stuff with them. I'm not going to worry about him walking on the right side if he's never even seen scooters yet. I want to make sure that he's just exposed to this and it's a very easy situation with low expectations. Then we can worry about walking him once he's seen this maybe like 5 or 10 times. Okay, so now they're super far, so I'm going to try to walk him around the fountain. Some dogs get weird about the water, so I want to expose him for this. He seems fine so far, so that's why I'm just walking and feeding. He's gonna, okay, he didn't pick that up. Okay, kids are running around. This is good exposure for him. I don't know how much experience he has around kids, but I know that he's a very excited dog. So seeing moving targets run around and make a lot of noise is probably really good for him. All right, so right now we're gonna work on his stay/place. Since we're over here anyways, we might as well just do it. So what I'm gonna do, he's already on there, but as he stays on there, I'm gonna keep rewarding him. And then when I say his release word is when he can actually jump off. The way that I'm gonna make sure that he understands this very clearly is that if he tries to jump off, I'm gonna block him really quickly, and I'll probably like hold him there with the leash just so he knows he can't jump off unless he hears the release word. And the way that I'm gonna use the release word is I'm gonna say it and then run backwards a little bit to kind of get him a little excited to jump off. I use a platform in the beginning with most dogs because it's very clear for them when they're on a specific location and when they get to leave it. So right here, I'm gonna wait for eye contact, break. Same thing, we're gonna just put him back on there. You could go over here, son, if it's easier. Okay, so he got back on there himself. Good boy. And notice how I didn't tell him any command. I'm not telling him to play, sit, or down or anything. I'm just helping him with the lure first, because until the dog's really good at holding it and getting on there by himself, that's when I would actually start naming it. So him sitting on there isn't because I told him to, because if you tell a dog something, you have to enforce it. So right now, he's very beginner at this, so that's why if there are any mistakes, it's a little more forgiving versus like if you rush and tell him the verbal right away. Right now, the only thing I want him to do is be on the bench. I don't care if he's sitting, down, whatever. Break. Maybe next time if he gets better at it, then I could add a sit or a down on top of that. But right now it's just him existing on the bench. Good boy. And remember what I said earlier, I'm gonna do my rewards at different intervals. So this time I'm gonna release him on the next eye contact, break. So that one I only reward him once for being on there and then I released him. So this one I'll do maybe like 3 rewards and then release. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm gonna, So see how he jumped off, right? So that was me being way too slow. I should have blocked him or like held him with the leash right away. But in the case where you have to reset your dog and put them back, you do not reward that. You wanna make sure that you kind of like come back to reward and not just reward right after the reset. Or if you let the dog jump off and you put them back on and you reward, then they might just repeat that whole thing over again. Some dogs do it, some dogs don't. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Cool, so we're just gonna walk all the way back to the car. He's actually almost done with his dinner too, so we're gonna wrap up after this, but all I'm gonna do is feed as we make it back. Good boy. No. So I pulled him out. He was trying to eat it off the ground. I think that's something that more people need to enforce actually, because I get a lot of people who complain about their dogs eating stuff off the ground, and then I see them drop treats and let the dog eat it off the ground, so that really doesn't help in that situation. And notice how when he tries to grab something off the ground, I'm also not telling him to drop it, leave it, or no, because right now he doesn't really understand like what those words mean. Right now I'm just showing him that that's not an option that I'm gonna let him do. Good boy. All right, so we have a dog barking across the street. So he's going ahead, so I'm fixing him a little bit. All I'm gonna do is bring him all the way back to the car, and I'm gonna reward back up there. So. Good job.